ladies and gentlemen, we have been given the nod to begin. Honorable Sean A. Edward, Minister for Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training. Mr. Cletus Springer, Chair of the Board of Governors of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. Dr. Keith Nurse, Principal of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. Mr. Kurt Harris, Acting Vice Principal of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. Mr. Ian Menville, Registrar of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. Mr. Winston Fulgence, Dean of Academic Programs. Monsieur Thomas Cholet, CEO of Unite Caribbean. Mr. Fabrice Terrier, Consultant, Education and Economic Development. Ms. Christelle Outremont, Regional Counselor for Cooperation at the French Embassy in St. Lucia. Ms. Julie Bernleu, Academic Coordinator at Alliance Française de Sainte-Lucie. Management, faculty, staff, and students of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. Participants of the French Gateways to Global Careers program. Specially invited guests, virtual guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Mesdames, Messieurs, c'est avec plaisir que je vous accueille ici ce matin au lancement de French Gateways to Global Careers. I am heartened to welcome you to this, the official launch of the French Gateways to Global Careers program. The French Gateways to Global Careers program is a collaborative working partnership between Unite Caribbean and the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College in partnership with the French Embassy in St. Lucia and is funded through FORPRO. French Gateways is a pilot project which aims to support the vocational integration of TVET students and access to regional and international markets and higher education using a regional cooperation approach between St. Lucia and the Caribbean French overseas territories. The overarching goal of the French Gateways pilot project is to successfully design and implement the first year of a new and specific program which will enable Sir Arthur Lewis Community College students to increase their capacity in French, entrepreneurship, and digital skills in order to facilitate the development of regional and international careers and further their access to higher education. More specifically, the French Gateways pilot project seeks to better align the vocational training of St. Lucians and the demand of the labor market at the regional level of the Caribbean, and in particular in Guadeloupe and Martinique. It also seeks to develop the entrepreneurship of the St. Lucian population after their studies, seeks also to support the digitization of vocational training programs in St. Lucia. This program will promote knowledge exchange and partnerships at a regional level between St. Lucia, Guadeloupe, and Martinique. It seeks also to develop the mobility of students from St. Lucia in the regional Caribbean market, seeks to support the skill development of local French teachers in St. Lucia, and seeks to extract key lessons from the project which will provide relevant and applicable lessons and case studies for the replication of the rest of St. Lucia and the OECS. Our very able faculty members, Mrs. Céline Bernard and Ms. Leslie Lubin, will be facilitators of the French Gateways program. Today's launch is certainly a proud and defining moment for us at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, and we are grateful for your presence. I am Kathy Depredine, and I shall take you through today's proceedings. Pour commencer notre cérémonie, je vous présente Monsieur Thomas Chollet, président directeur général de Untitled Caribbean. I invite Mr. Thomas Chollet, who is the CEO of Untitled Caribbean, to deliver the opening remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Bonjour à tous. Honorable Sean Edward, Ministry for Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology and Vocational Training, Mr. Cletus Springer, Chair of the Board of Governors, Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, Dr. Keith Nurse, Principal, Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, Dr. Kurt Harris, Acting Vice President, Principal, SLCC, Mr. Fabrice Terrier, Consultant, Education and Economic Development, Mrs. Christelle Trumont, Regional Councillor for Cooperation at the French Embassy in St. Lucia, Miss Julie Bernelot, Academic Coordinator at Alliance Française, St. Lucia, Management, Faculty, Staff, and students of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, participants of the French Gateways to Global Careers program, specially invited guests, virtual guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm Thomas Chollet, the CEO of Untitled Caribbean. Untitled Caribbean is a group of Caribbean consulting firms whose mission is to support the social, environmental and economic development of the Caribbean. C'est un honneur d'être avec vous en ce jour pour le lancement du programme French Gateways to Global Careers. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you all today to officially launch the French Gateways to Global Careers program. I am delighted to welcome you at this event and honored by the presence of Honorable Sean Edwards. Honorable Minister, we're grateful for your presence here today. Your support for the project is of the utmost importance to us. Thank you. I would also like to express my thanks to our partner and host, the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, and particularly to Dr. Nurse, whose strategic insight and guidance help define the program we are launching today. I would also like to express my gratitude to the French Cooperation, who first initiated the project, and the financial and strategic support from the French Embassy made this project possible. So special thanks to you, Ms. Autremont, for joining us today. And last but not least, I would like to thank our partner, the Alliance Française, represented by Julie Bernelot, here present, for their technical support. Untitled Caribbean is not only a Caribbean consulting firm. We are Caribbean change makers who specialize in development and cooperation issues in the region. Our vision is to promote sustainable development by bringing Caribbean countries and territories together. We focus on 4 priority areas of paramount importance for the region: environment and climate, governance and support to civil society, sustainable economic and social development, and waste and water management. And by the way, we are currently implementing the RePlus project here in St. Lucia. In the last 4 years, we've implemented consulting assignments and project management involving more than 20 different countries and territories in the region. Our staff and consultants are from 6 different nationalities and are located in our 4 offices across the region. The French Gateways to Global Careers program really embodies our core values. United Caribbean is both a St. Lucian company and a Guadeloupean company. We are a Caribbean group of uniquely placed actually to create links between the UECS countries and the French West Indies. We are proud to have built this strong partnership between United Caribbean, the SLCC and Alliance Française, and we are proud to have contributed to the creation of the French Gateways to Global Careers program. This is a groundbreaking program. It leads the way to show what the future of regional Caribbean integration in vocational training could be. We will equip St. Lucian students and young entrepreneurs with skills to succeed in the French Caribbean market. It will also help bridge the mobility gap between St. Lucia and the French West Indies, and especially Guadeloupe and Martinique, only 30 kilometers away from here. In addition to strengthening the links between our countries, we actively work to develop new bridges between private actors and the educational sector. The active participation of private companies from St. Lucia, from Guadeloupe and Martinique will be key to the success of the program. We are really looking forward to bringing more partners on board. Pour terminer, je voudrais souhaiter une bonne rentrée et beaucoup de succès aux étudiants du programme. To all students of the French Gateways, you are a new generation of Caribbean leaders and pioneers with a unique opportunity to build a more integrated, collaborative and sustainable Caribbean. So congrats and good luck. Enjoy the year.
Merci, Monsieur Cholet, pour vos paroles chaleureuses et positives. Thank you so much, Mr. Cholet, for those kind words. Mesdames, Messieurs, maintenant, nous invitons le directeur de Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, Dr. Keith Nurse, à nous faire sa présentation. We now invite the principal of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, Dr. Keith Nurse, who will deliver his remarks. Let us welcome Dr. Nurse.
Good morning, all. Thank you, Dr. Depardine. It's a pleasure to be talking or sharing my remarks. Unfortunately, it's virtually. I have to home quarantine for the next few days. So that's a bit of a disappointment on my part. I would say that today is a special day in that the French Gateways program is one of the key innovations that we have developed at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. And it really fits in well with the direction that the college is pursuing in terms of generating opportunities for young people in St. Lucia and further abroad in terms of meeting the 3 pillars of the college's mission, which are sustainability, innovation, and entrepreneurship. In this regard, I'd really like to thank United Caribbean and Thomas in particular for coming on board with us to make this a reality. In fact, I remember clearly when we first met back in, I think it would have been June or July last year. We had a very brisk discussion about how we could possibly implement this very ambitious and innovative program. Thomas was very supportive of how the college can reach out to a wider community and build significant relationships with firms both in St. Lucia and with firms in the French territories. So in this respect, it's a very novel program because in effect, we are stretching the education policy into the arena of innovation policy, which is the foundation for creating a framework for diversifying our economies. As we all know, Caribbean economies have been losing their competitiveness over the last few decades. And even in an area where it may seem almost apparent and obvious, intra-regional trade amongst ourselves has also been in decline. And so this program really aims to do, as Thomas has indicated, generate a new cadre of young scholars and entrepreneurs who will dynamize this process of intra-regional collaboration and intra-regional trade in the final analysis. I'd particularly like to thank several of my colleagues who've been involved in making this a reality. Because this program of the Gateways program has gone through several iterations. We were bold enough to think that we could do it all across the whole college initially. And then we decided to flip it towards a focus on targeted interventions. And so the French Gateways is another example of how we've done it in a more targeted way with critical support from key collaborators like Unite Caribbean and the French Embassy and Alliance Française. So I would like to say that this for us is only just the beginning of the process. Our ambition is to expand upon these areas of cooperation and collaboration to the benefit of St. Lucia, the French territories, and further afield. Only recently I participated in a meeting on the European Union outermost regions. And there are significant resources being deployed to enhance intra-regional trade for these territories. And so I think there's a huge opportunity emerging for St. Lucia and for the St. Louis Community College to tap into these opportunities as they emerge. What we have to do is prepare ourselves to be at the front of the line for when these opportunities emerge. I'll leave my remarks at that for now. I would say finally that this program has actually achieved some level of notoriety already. When I've communicated with some of my colleagues at other universities and colleges around the region, they have also expressed interest in potentially coming on board with us in this area. And so I think this is a novel way of expanding the possibilities for young people. And I'm pretty sure that the college can facilitate the needs of others throughout the region. So in that regard, I conclude my remarks and thank all concerned for their significant contribution to this initiative and this process. Thank you very much. Back to you, Dr. Deputy.
parler lentement. Mesdames, Messieurs, chers collègues, chers amis, je m'adresse à vous au nom de l'équipe de l'Alliance française de Sainte-Lucie et de sa directrice, Madame Picadet, qui n'a pas pu être présente aujourd'hui pour des raisons de protocole sanitaire. Nous avons également Monsieur Timothée Pigeon de l'équipe de l'Alliance française de Sainte-Lucie, chargé de la formation des professeurs en français sur objectifs spécifiques et également en charge du programme de français pour les étudiants du French Gateways to Global Careers. L'Alliance française de Castries, tête de pont du réseau des Alliances françaises de la Caraïbe orientale, est honorée d'être associée au Sir Arthur Lewis Community College et aux autres partenaires des CFA et de Sainte-Lucie par Unite Caribbean, dans le cadre du projet ForPro French Gateways to Global Careers, programme financé par le ministère de l'Europe et des Affaires étrangères français. Les alliances françaises ont à cœur de faire rayonner la langue et la culture française à travers les territoires sur lesquels elles se trouvent. Celle de Sainte-Lucie ne fait pas exception et met tout en œuvre pour amener auprès de chaque Saint-Lucien et de chaque Sainte-Lucienne un petit aperçu de la France, un accès à la Caraïbe francophone, une ouverture vers la francophonie. Que ce soit à travers des cours de langue, des expositions, des projections de films en plein air, des camps d'été ou encore de l'accompagnement à la mobilité, nous sommes dévoués à rendre accessible la culture et la langue française, francophone à toutes et à tous. Favoriser l'accès à la mobilité d'études, la mobilité de stage ou de recherche pour tous les publics, étudiants et jeunes professionnels, représente une de nos priorités. C'est dans ce cadre, et avec un réel plaisir et un enthousiasme certain, que l'équipe de l'Alliance française de Sainte-Lucie a répondu à la demande de Unite Caribbean de travailler à la mise en œuvre de formations en français sur objectifs spécifiques pour les professeurs et pour les étudiants. Nous sommes ravis de faire partie de cette aventure ForPro et soyez assurés, mesdames, messieurs, que toute l'équipe de l'Alliance française de Sainte-Lucie est dévouée à donner à la jeunesse les clés pour un demain qui sera pour eux plurilingue. Allier la formation professionnelle à la formation linguistique est un pari que les jeunes professionnels ici présents, sélectionnés, sauront relever haut la main. Nous souhaitons une longue vie à ce projet. Nous souhaitons une bonne chance aux étudiants sélectionnés et aux professeurs en charge de ce programme. L'Alliance française compte sur vous tous et nous croyons en vous. Merci à tous de m'avoir écouté.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Bernot. Thank you so much for those remarks. Mesdames, Messieurs, je vous présente Madame Christelle Outremont de l'ambassade de France. Madame Outremont.
Bonjour, le protocole ayant été établi, good morning. First of all, I want to commend the excellent, collective and united work done today, which culminates in the launch of ForPro, French Gateways to Global Career. Representing the French Embassy today is only a few of us, but behind me stands a whole team. And I want to acknowledge the good work of Simon, Lucienne, Antonia, and the rest of the French Embassy, and also the Alliance Française present today. I want to stress, of course, that the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs supports the program and applaud a dream and a vision came true. The dream and the vision that we had together about 2 years ago when the French Embassy and Sir Arthur Lewis went on a mission to Guadeloupe. Secondly, a big thank you to each and everyone who made this vision and this dream come true. Thomas, at the head of Unite Caribbean, and his team, Fabrice, of course, the SALC team of educators, administrators, and now students, the Alliance Française, our friends, and of course the OECS, the CCI in Guadeloupe and Martinique, the Ministry of Education in St. Lucia, and our partner companies in St. Lucia and in Martinique and Guadeloupe. Concretely, we've been working for a year now. Today, the cohort of students is ready to hit the road, hit the academic road, with the French avenues of this pilot add-on curriculum. To you students, I want to address the compliments of the French Republic and wish you the best and success in this wonderful education adventure. You may, and I hope you will, be the future relays of regional cooperation. Knowing another language, knowing another culture, having professional experience beyond your territory will definitely be an asset to you, but it might well be an asset for us too. St. Lucian, French Caribbean brothers. And to conclude, on a personal note, maybe your first little lesson in French, actually I'll do it bilingual. Quand j'étais petite, je suis née dans une ville immobile, sans mobilité. When I was a kid, I was born in a small town where there was no mobility possible, no international possibilities. J'ai été une bonne élève et j'ai la chance d'avoir un beau métier aujourd'hui. I was a good student, I worked hard, and I'm lucky enough to have a job that I love today. Je suis d'ailleurs enseignante à la base. Actually, I'm a teacher and became a professor. Mais, si j'avais eu quelque chose comme ça, if I had had that kind of opportunity, that was before Erasmus, before all the avenues that we know today. Peut-être que je ne serais pas là, mais là. Peut-être then that I wouldn't have this job, but maybe a greater one, like you have, Honorable Minister, or you, Thomas. Just to say, pour vous dire, that I think it's a wonderful opportunity to do what you're going to be able to do. Learn more, have an international add-on, and open opportunities in your career and in your lives. Vive la coopération régionale dans la Caraïbe.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Outouma. Thank you so much for those inspiring words and encouraging our students to aim high, okay, and to use this opportunity to progress. Thank you so much. Mesdames et messieurs, c'est avec plaisir que nous invitons notre ministre de l'Éducation, Développement durable, Innovation, Sciences, Technologie et Formation professionnelle, l'Honorable Sean Edward. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite the Honorable Sean A. Edward, Minister for Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training to deliver his remarks. Welcome, Honorable Minister.
Je voudrais parler français aujourd'hui, mais malheureusement, that's as far as I can go. Excellency Christelle Ottoman of the French Embassy in St. Lucia and staff of the embassy, Mr. Cletus Springer, Chair of the Board of Governors of the Sahafa Louis Community College, Principal of the Sahafa Louis Community College, Dr. Keith Nurse, Senior Management Personnel of the Sahafa Louis Community College and staff of the college, Mr. Thomas Chole, CEO of United Caribbean, invited guests, Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames, messieurs, bonjour. The long-standing relationship that St. Lucia enjoys with the French Caribbean predates the modern era. Historically, our relationship with the French has manifested itself in different spheres of nation building and the advancement of our two peoples. We are all cognizant that this beautiful island of ours, St. Lucia, has a rich and thriving French heritage. Perhaps the most evident aspect being our French West Indian Creole, otherwise known as patois. Our ties to the French Antilles, namely Martinique, Guadeloupe, and French Guiana Cayenne, are well documented. We are not strangers to each other. We spend time with family and friends, in the case of Martinique, on both sides of the channel. As a country, we are fully aware that critical to the retooling of our workforce and the creation of new pathways for human resource development is the strengthening of ties and deepening of relationships with friendly governments and organizations that share our vision. It is therefore imperative that we do not simply maintain, but rather strengthen our symbiotic relations with the French territories through various efforts of collaboration. It is no secret that we live in an era when maximizing output from scarce resources is imperative for small island developing states like ours. The quality of our human resource base will more than anything else determine whether we thrive or we sink in a very competitive global environment. The French Gateways to Global Careers program fits well with the government's vision for optimizing and sustaining economic development and quality of life by creating functional citizens who are accepting of civic responsibilities and empowered to compete on the world stage. I am indeed pleased that St. Lucia can benefit from this collaborative program between the South Louis Community College and Unite Caribbean with funding from our French counterparts. This initiative addresses, that is the Gateways initiative, a number of strategic priorities of our education sector, including the promotion of foreign languages in school, and in this case French, the pursuit of technical vocational education and training, TVET. Our TVET agenda sits well with this particular initiative. The program also seeks to help with giving access or granting access to a number of young St. Lucians whose dreams and aspirations it is to seek higher learning beyond the shores of our country. It is noteworthy that over the years, quite a lot of groundwork has been done to promote French in our primary and secondary schools. French is taught at all of our primary schools. At the secondary level, a number of students from 5 pilot schools since 2017, namely the St. Joseph's Convent, the St. Mary's College, the Micoud Secondary School, the Dennery-based Clendon Mason Memorial Secondary School, and the Leoness Comprehensive Secondary School have pursued and done extremely well with the Diploma in French Language program. Partners like the Alliance Française continue to play an integral role in the pursuit of such initiatives, and we express our sincere gratitude to them for the effort. At the tertiary level, a number of St. Lucian citizens have benefited from study opportunities in mainland France, Guadeloupe, and Martinique over the years. In the last 2 years, under the Linguistics Exchange and Innovation Learning through Mobility program, nearly 20 St. Lucian students have benefited from fully funded study opportunities to pursue undergraduate studies at Université des Antilles. These educational cooperation initiatives continue to solidify the ties with our sister territories and international community. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that the opportunities presented by this Gateway program will harness and create an environment in which our young citizens can become entrepreneurs and will be able to create jobs not just for themselves, but for their peers in different fields of endeavor. We are aware that the Safa Louis Community College has commenced the groundwork and have recruited approximately 15 persons, both current students and alumni, across the island to participate in the pilot phase of the French Gateways program. The Department of Education, which I have the honor of leading, congratulates the board, faculty, staff of the Safa Louis Community College for taking on this new, exciting, and innovative program that seeks to make learning more authentic with the anticipation of exchanges and internships with our French counterparts. As the Minister for Education, Sustainable Development, Science, Innovation, Technology, and Vocational Training, I am delighted that the Safa Louis Community College has accepted this program as part of its transformative agenda, which impacts so many elements of the education agenda. I thank you and look forward to a successful implementation of this pilot project. Thank you very much.
Merci, Monsieur Edward. Thank you for those remarks, Honorable Minister of Education. And if I may, I think that I can speak on behalf of both the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, Honorable Minister, and Alliance Française de Sainte-Lucie. We do have a range of offerings, courses, that would allow you to improve your French competence. Okay, so we invite you to contact either institution and to take advantage of our offerings. Okay? And those offerings are included alongside our English as a Second Language program for those of you who may be interested also. Thank you for indulging me here. Maintenant, nous aimerions bien inviter notre étudiante, Kiana Charles, à présenter son poème français, L'unité malgré la diversité culturelle. Kiana?
Bonjour, je vous présente l'unité malgré la diversité culturelle. Quand le monde est un nom, quand nous serons perdus dans la tristesse éternelle du puzzle pandémique, il y a un pays qui nous écoute. Malgré le fait que nous sommes un peuple affaibli, un peuple brisé qu'hier, nos économies et nos systèmes de santé sont suspendus par un fil. Il y a un pays qui nous écoute. Les matins semblent un peu plus longs, vides de rosés abondants. Les nuits peuvent sembler plus sombres, l'absence de vue sur le coucher du soleil. Nous sommes des guerriers qui se battent jour après jour avec l'aide du bien des autres, la coopération et l'assistance des organisations françaises. Nous développons nos capacités dans la mort, la vie, la santé et l'éducation, comme la force de l'unité est, un flux de guérison miraculeux. Nous sommes reconnaissants pour la fraternité qui est née malgré nos nationalités, l'équipement médical nécessaire pour combattre un ennemi inconnu et invisible qui nous est commun. L'effort versé aux bourses d'études pour améliorer notre économie. Nous sommes tous unis. Gagner auprès fait partie de la vie. Dans une période difficile, il n'y a qu'une seule unité possible. Cela dit, avec l'unité vient la gratitude d'une nation envers une autre nation. Je suppose que c'est ma façon étrangère de dire merci. Merci.
Merci Kiana pour ce poème merveilleux. Très bien, très bien. Thank you so much, Kiana. Well done. Monsieur Fabrice Terrier, le représentant de United Caribbean, va maintenant faire sa présentation. We invite Mr. Fabrice Terrier, consultant, education and economic development from United Caribbean, to deliver his remarks.
Thank you very much. I prepare some PowerPoint, so I just wait for the presentation. So, dear Honorable Sean Edwards, Minister for Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training, dear Mrs. Cletus Springer, Chair of the Board of Governors, Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, dear Dr. Nurse, Principal, Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, dear Mr. Thomas Cholet, CEO of United Caribbean, and dear Christelle Outremont, Regional Counselor for Cooperation at the French Embassy in St. Lucia, dear Julie Burnelot, Academic Coordinator at Alliance Française of St. Lucia, and dear management, faculty, staff, and students of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, and all the participants of the French Gateways to Global Career. So, my name is Fabrice Terrier. I'm an economic development and education consultant at United Caribbean, and I'm honored to be with you today for the launch of the French Gateways to Global Career. So, I would like, before to start my presentation, I would like to say thank you to the Honorable Sean Edwards, Minister of Education in St. Lucia. We are very happy to have you here with us today. We want to say we want to express my thanks to our partner and host from the Sir Arthur Lewis. So I need to say some words because it was a great job. So I want to say thank you to Dr. Nurse, to Tracy George, to Epifana Lewis, to Dorita Felix, to Brent St. Catherine, to Natalie Jolie-Fanis. I was very complicated sometimes, but I want to say thank you for all your great job. It was an amazing job that helped to define the program we are launching today. I would also like to say thank you to our partners for the Alliance Française, Julie Burnelot and Timothée Pigeon, present here, for their work during all the conception of the French component of this program. And finally, I want to say thank you to you, Mrs. Outremont, from the French Cooperation, because the support from the French Embassy were very helpful during all the conception of this project and this program. So this project aims to make St. Lucia as a pilot in the development of the promotion of vocational training as a tool of professional integration in the Caribbean. So the the French Gateways to Global Career is an outline from the 4Pro project from the French Embassy. The FORPRO project aims to use TVET, Technical Vocational Educational Training, to support the economic development potential of existing potential sector at the regional level. FORPRO aims also to improve cooperation between French vocational and higher education and St. Lucian higher and professional establishment, with the goal to improve the professional integration and the intensification of the exchange between St. Lucia, France, and especially Guadeloupe and Martinique. To reach our goal, we ask ourselves in United Caribbean how to support the vocational integration of the Caribbean population using a regional approach. So this is the next slide. And after that, with many discussions, with many analyses, we fought with Sir Arthur Lewis. The solution was to create French gateways to global career, to adapt the Gateways to Global Career program from the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College in the French component and areas. So as you know, so next slide, please. As you know, this project is in the essence of United Caribbean. And we followed our methodology to implement this program. So we proceed in 6 steps. We did a diagnostic and definition of the scope of the project. We did an analysis of the labor market demand and vocational training offer in St. Lucia, Guadeloupe, and Martinique. After that, we did a lot of partnership, but especially a great partnership with the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College and the Alliance Française of St. Lucie to create something with the key stakeholder in St. Lucia. After that, we start to design this program with a close collaboration with Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. And then we had the support of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College during all the promotion to recruit the students. And in our side, we did a great promotion to recruit partnership from the private sector. And today, the 6th step, it's up to the launch. So we are very excited to be here today because it's the finality of a long process. So just to finish, let me explain to you what is the benefits for St. Lucia and France with the French Gateways to Global Career. So first, next slide, please. No, it's good. It's good. Sorry. So the first for Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, it's an exposure to the regional and international organization and private sectors. It's an opportunity to attract students from other OECS countries with this kind of formation of program with a focus with a French cooperation. It's also the opportunity to improve the skills of the teacher in French at the Sir Arthur Lewis. And finally, it's an opportunity to networking and develop with various Martinican and Guadeloupean stakeholders. For the students, your benefit is to have technical French language classes, to have a study visit in Guadeloupe and in Martinique, or in Guadeloupe or Martinique, to meet private sector and potential employers for an internship. It's for you the opportunity to meet local and regional partnership businesses, and in need, and these businesses need to have students with international exposure, especially with a French exposure. It's for you a pathway to maybe continue your study in the French-speaking university or French-speaking higher education school in Guadeloupe and Martinique, and maybe in Europe or everywhere in the world. And finally, you will have a theoretical and practical support to develop an entrepreneurial project through the Caribbean area, especially with the French-speaking Caribbean and the English-speaking Caribbean. And finally, the benefit for the potential partners. The first one is to access to tourism and agricultural market in the French West Indies with St. Lucian resources. It's a unique relationship with a pool of English-speaking talents with skills in technical French, in tourism and agriculture. It's the opportunity to create partnership with the education and business sector in the French West Indies and St. Lucia. And finally, it's the possibility of making know their company or institution to the future entrepreneur from St. Lucia with an exposure and an experience with the French overseas territories. So how the partners can be involved in this program? They can be a lecturer, they can welcome the first class of the French Gateways program during the field trips and the study visit in Guadeloupe and Martinique. They can recruit an internship, they can recruit an intern with English and French skills. And finally, they can be a sponsor of our entrepreneurial competition that will be organized in the end of this program. So I want to say thank you for all the members were being involved in the conception of this program. And I want to apologize for my English, so I will switch in French right now. Merci beaucoup de nous faire confiance dans ce programme. Vous êtes les pionniers et les ambassadeurs de la Caraïbe unie de demain, que ce soit à travers les barrières linguistiques ou territoriales. On est déjà très fiers de vous et on espère que vous serez les premiers d'une longue lignée. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Terrier. Thank you so much for those remarks and particularly for highlighting the benefits which will be enjoyed by the first cohort of this program and of course the potential benefits to be enjoyed by the partners involved in this cooperation. Donc, maintenant, Monsieur Brent St. Catherine, responsable du programme French Gateways, va faire sa présentation. We invite Mr. Brent St. Catherine, who is the head of the Gateways to Global Careers program, to deliver his remarks. Welcome, Mr. St. Catherine.
All right, bonjour tout le monde. That is the extent of the French that I will use this morning. All right, please allow me to adopt the protocol that has been established. Welcome to everybody, all our specially invited guests. Today is a very, very exciting occasion, the launch of French Gateways. And I can say after tirelessly working for over 2 years, it is finally here. So I want to give all involved a round of applause. Please indulge me. All right. The last time I had an interview, I told Natalie, please do not put someone speaking a poem before me, and she still did that because that's a tough act to follow. Natalie, please do not do that again. All right. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to give you all a little information about the French Gateways program. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you. Yes. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to give you all a bit of information about the French Gateways program. I have a few slides prepared. Natalie again. ahead to the next slide. All right, so I'll just go ahead with what I have. So Gateways to Global Careers was created to be a standalone program which would address the entrepreneurship gap in St. Lucia. This program was designed to be very practical and immersive. It was not designed to be theoretical at all. However, we were forced to put in a theoretical component because we wanted to make the program more robust, especially for novice entrepreneurs who may not have that theoretical background. So we expanded it. Gateways to Global Careers came from humble beginnings. We started off with a modest cohort of 12, and I can tell you many doubters. A lot of people said that this program will never work. An entrepreneurship program that's fully practical with only a bit of theory and so forth. There were many doubters, but I can tell you now, and I'm going to boast, please go back to my slide, Natalie, and I'm going to boast about this. We have gone from 12 with many doubters to serving hundreds now. Gateways to Global Careers has taken off, and it is here to stay. All right? The other thing that we have ensured is that we have benchmarked against the best. We did our research. We looked at models used by Stanford Startup Garage, Berkeley University, and so forth, and we came up with this ideal program that would work in the Caribbean. Okay? The other thing about Gateways, and I'll go into that, is that we have a lot of cutting-edge offerings. Design thinking, introduction to prototyping, and so forth, which are very novel to St. Lucia, we actually included in that program. All right. Dare to dream with us. As I said, we started off with a modest cohort of 12 and a lot of people saying that it would not work. However, through the process, you will recognize some of the names. These people have come on board and they have participated in some shape or form. You recognize Harvard University, the Harvard University, Arizona State University, and Arizona State University is known for the innovation prowess in the United States. We have the World Bank, ICA, World University Service of Canada, and UNDP Accelerator Labs. All of these people, including Taiwan. Taiwan, a whole country has signed on to Gateways, all right? So I will boast of that, all right? So these people have come on board and we have created that product, okay? So let's go to the next slide. All right. So these people dared to dream with us, but now, Unite Caribbean, the French government are now living the dream with us, okay? They have come on board and we have created this great program, a never attempted groundbreaking initiative designed to give users French-focused entrepreneurship training, okay? This is not just a school initiative. This is countrywide. This is Martinique, this is Guadeloupe, this is St. Lucia, all coming together for this major program to boost our economy, to boost youth entrepreneurship, and so forth, all right? Participants will have access to markets and job opportunities in French territories. 15 participants receiving B1, B2 French training and entrepreneurship training in the areas of tourism, food creation, and agro-processing. At the end of this, all our participants will be fully certified. They will have the B1, B2 certification, which they can use to go to school to further their education or even work in French territories. That is a big win for us. All right, next slide, please. All right. They cut out the word envy of the, well, the part envy of the Caribbean, but that's what it says, envy of the Caribbean. This one-year program offers all of these things: hospitality, food creation, internships, design thinking, transferable credentials, French immersion, the entrepreneurship journey. All of this is packed into one program. And I can tell you, I have gotten calls from all over the Caribbean asking, how can we partner with you? There are people from overseas who want to take part in this program. In fact, some individuals from Suriname are asking me if I can offer a master's in that. I don't know if my team is up for that work. They're already pulling their hair out. So we will leave it right there for now. So we have become the envy of the Caribbean with this program, all right? So just to reiterate what I said, French Gateways encompasses a lot in a short space of time. We start off with vocational French. The vocational French lasts for a whole year, and at the end of the year, you are to get a B1 or B2 certification. You will do things like introduction to food creation and agro-processing, as well as hospitality and tourism. These are the focus areas. These are areas of needs within the region, and that is why we have put so much effort into that. That is a concentration for entrepreneurship that we will be doing in the program. We also have things like the entrepreneurial process and business model creation, which are very important. One of the components is that the participants have to create their for-profit business and run it while in the program. And I know of no other program in St. Lucia like that, okay? And we are novel in that way. The other thing is that we're still packing it with other stuff. They're going to be overseas study trip. You are going to be doing a summer internship. You are going to be prototyping. And prototyping is very important. We see nowadays, everybody wants to offer courses to train people how to be an entrepreneur. But I can tell you from a business point of view, if your product fails, I don't care how much training you get in marketing, accounts, operations, and so forth, you will fail. So we are getting it right by doing the prototyping part, okay? And of course, the business incubator is the period where you run your for-profit business, all right? So that is me in a nutshell. As you can see, there is the very good-looking team and some guy standing in the corner there. I want to, before I close off, I want to thank a very great team. And I can tell you that this team has been working day and night. Like, literally, it's a bunch of crazy people, 12 o'clock in the night. We send in emails. Did you do this? Did you finalize this? Did we get board approval? And so forth. So I want to shout out to people like Dr. Keith Nurse, who has been a great leader in terms of getting this project off the way. Tracy George, which has, I don't know, Tracy does everything for us. All the organization, all the marketing and all of these things alongside Natalie Jolie Fanis. Tracy has been very effective. We have Dorita Felix, we have Epifana Lewis, we have Keisha Victor, and all the other people who have made this dream a reality. I also want to thank Unite Caribbean. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being the lead consultants on this. And I want to also thank Alliance Française for doing a great job with designing the vocational French component. So that is my presentation. Thank you all.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur St. Catherine. Thank you so much, Mr. St. Catherine, for those remarks. Bon. Quelle est la valeur de ce programme? French Gateways to Global Careers. On invite notre étudiant à parler de son expérience. We now invite one of the students enrolled in this program, Jasma Duncan, who will share with us her experience, a sort of testimony thus far. Jasma?
Bonjour à tous. Good day to all. Please allow me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. It is with great pleasure that I stand here today, excited for the launch of this program, French Gateways to Global Careers. I was first introduced to this program by a past student and classmate who studied here at Sir Arthur Lewis Community College with me back in 2014. When the flyer was first sent to me, I thought to myself, this seems interesting. However, due to the gap between my college education in French to the level that I am at today, I was deterred. There wasn't any way that I would possibly qualify amongst others who are well-versed and knowledgeable in French. A few days later, I received the flyer yet again from my sister, and this made it crystal clear. This was for me. Despite the previous doubts, I applied, and to my surprise, I received an email stating that I had been pre-selected for the program. The joy I felt could be equated to that of 10,000. I went into the exams with faith and tried my very best despite time being against me. I was determined. The following week, I completed my oral exam. The experience felt extremely refreshing as I was able to converse with someone in French again. Then the results were in. I was awarded a position within the program. From that very invigorating day till this very moment, I have been illuminated with joy and gratitude. The French language has always been a love of mine, coupled with my interest in business management and entrepreneurship. As a small business owner and business management student, this program is perfect for me. I am very grateful for the opportunity to be able to both immerse myself in the French community, enhance my knowledge, and gain insight on the careers available both here and abroad. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I unfortunately requested a year off from school, and it is such a blessing to be awarded this full scholarship to engage in this program. Many of the courses being offered are similar to that of my degree program, and I think it's only by God's doing that I have been blessed with this opportunity to continue my education this year. With the help of my tutors and the proper interactions with my peers and the courses being offered, I intend on furthering my career in entrepreneurship and master the language this year, leveling up to a B2, as well as meeting like-minded individuals with a growth mindset, ambition, and drive for success, building relationships that will be beneficial to my future career, gaining experience in various fields offered by the program, advancing my entrepreneurial skills, also not forgetting to enjoy the journey ahead. With that being said, I would like to thank Unit Caribbean, the French Embassy, Alliance Française, Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, and other parties involved for this very generous opportunity they have provided us with. May this year be a stepping stone to a very bright future. Thank you.
Jasmine, on apprécie ces mots positifs qui vont sans doute encourager les autres participants. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for sharing your experience. Just based on how you expressed yourself, I believe that that enthusiasm and positivity will no doubt encourage other participants, your fellow participants, and perhaps others to take part in this program in the future. So thank you very, very much. Okay. Messieurs, Mesdames, nous sommes maintenant à la fin de notre cérémonie. Voici Mademoiselle Natasha Greenidge qui va donner le vote de remerciement. We call on Ms. Natasha Greenidge, who will deliver the vote of thanks. Ms. Greenidge.
Bonjour à tous. My name is Natasha Greenidge, and I am currently a Spanish lecturer at the college and a participant in this Gateways program. And today it is my honor to present the vote of thanks. On behalf of the staff and students at the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the French Embassy, Alliance Française, and Unite Caribbean for their commitment to improving French education, not only at the college, but throughout St. Lucia. Nous vous remercions pour votre collaboration. C'est un vrai plaisir pour nous apprendre de votre expertise. Merci beaucoup. This partnership will provide mutually beneficial opportunities of growth, advancement, education, and cultural appreciation. The college thanks you, and St. Lucia thanks you. We would like to thank Honorable Sean Edward, Minister for Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training, for his remarks and continued support and recognition of the efforts of our institution. We say a special thank you to the chair of the board who has joined us today, Mr. Cletus Springer. We appreciate your support and look forward to working with you and the other board members. We want to express gratitude to our principal, Dr. Keith Nurse, for his remarks and his vision for this project. Dr. Nurse has demonstrated exceptional commitment and dedication to not only the academic success of our students, but also the development of all at the college. We all hope to continue the work towards the development of progressive global citizens. Our student poet, Quiana Charles, thank you for articulating the power of our unity here today and capturing the beauty of our Creole language. It is that language that exemplifies our cultural heritage. To the college's French Gateways to Global Careers team, Ms. Dora Henry, Mr. Branson Catherine, Mr. Rita Felix, Ms. Epifana Louis, Miss Keisha Felix, Mrs. Tracy Pilgrim George, Mrs. Celine Bernard, and Miss Leslie Lubin, merci à vous aussi. You are devoted to guaranteeing that the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College remains the premier tertiary learning institution in St. Lucia and the Eastern Caribbean. Thank you for your focus on our goals of sustainability, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Without your hard work, none of this is possible. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much, Ms. Greenidge, faculty member attached to the Modern Language Learning Unit of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. Yes, I had to throw that one in. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your presence. We have, of course, come to the end of our this morning's proceedings. At this point, I invite all of you, particularly the students and our partners, to participate in the photo op or mini photo shoot. These photos are important for documentation purposes, of course. So, ladies and gents, merci.
The Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, in collaboration with United Caribbean and the French Embassy, announces the launch of the French Gateways to Global Careers program. It's fully funded and it's just 1 year. Offered in a blended approach, students learn technical French and introductory entrepreneurship. Prepare to start a business, extend your skill set, and expand into the French market. Do you have French at either CXC, CSEC, or CAPE or A2/B1 competency levels? Then this program may be for you. Starts 24th January 2022. Application deadline is the 28th of December 2021. Apply today at salcc.edu.lc.